Mistress Carrie, weekday 3 to 7 on 107.3 and now 97.7 WAAF.
Hey, Carrie.
Hey, what's going on, Jerry?
Good.
How are things going?
They're going pretty slow the last couple of days. So slow that I forgot I had interviews today. I was on my way to go play some golf about an hour ago, and the record company called me, and they're like, hey, we got 2 hours of interviews for you. I'm like, oh, man, I forgot. Okay.
That's when you just gotta get out on the golf cart and do the interviews in between holes.
True. That would be good, but I would probably not be as focused on what I need to be doing to talk to you guys. So
I'm surprised that you're a golfer. That you don't seem like a golfing guy. You don't wear those stupid outfits, do you?
Oh yeah. Well, that's part of the attraction is wearing the stupidest clothes possible just wear some knickers and a cap, that are like lavender and pink, and have it be completely okay, because everybody else is wearing the same stuff too. So,
Are you on Twitter? Can you please tweet a picture of this? Because I need to see it with my own eyes to know that it's true.
I am not a Twitter. I don't partake. So, I give you my word.
You don't want everybody to know when you have your next bowel movement, which seems to be this big trend with musicians on Twitter?
I don't think anybody needs to know anything more about me than what they see on the stage or what they listen to on a record, pretty much. I'm not that interesting.
Well, one thing that I did find very interesting about you is that you're a fantasy football guy.
Oh, yeah.
Which was something else I was very shocked about. And I always play in the league here in the office, and I'm usually the only girl.
Nice.
And we haven't had our draft yet, so do you have a couple of picks, maybe some sleeper picks or something that I should keep my eyes out on our draft this year?
Well, it's the thing with the thing that's always the gamble is trying to figure out which rookie is going to be a part of the team.
Yeah, and which ones are going to be a total bust and a waste of a draft pick.
Yeah, and have that impact. I mean, Matt Forte won the season for me a couple of years back. When he had that great season, and I picked him off the wire 3 or 4 weeks into the season when he started to heat up, and nobody wanted to take a chance on him, and that he pretty much single-handedly saved my season for his first year. So. And you're in this big rock and roll fantasy game with Vinnie Paul and a bunch of other people, right? Yeah, ESPN sponsored. They sponsored a charity league for me last year, so I could get a bunch of my friends together and do the fantasy football, which is something that I'm a fan of football, and so it's obviously something I do anyway. And we were able to raise some good money, and I think the winner last year was Matt Willig. He was actually the only guy that's actually played the game. So the money that we raised went to St. Jude's, I think. Yeah. Are you guys going to do that again this year? I really like to. I haven't heard. I had the guys from the office give ESPN a call to see if we can get it together, but we're kind of running out of time. So. I haven't heard back yet whether we're going to do it again. I certainly would like to. We were talking about it the other day that we can't believe it's been a year since you guys were here playing that barbecue on Labor Day weekend. Yeah. And it's insane that a whole year and has gone by, and you guys are on your third single on the album. Are you surprised by how well this new project and this new music is being received? Because it's been a whirlwind for you guys the last year. Yeah. Well, of course we're surprised that things have gone as well as they have, and of course we believe in what we the music that we create, and we certainly know that we're going to put every effort that we can into it to be successful. But after that, it's really up to everybody else, and it's how we've always operated as a band, and to be able to be able to go through what we've gone through, and to come to the decisions that we did, and also to have everybody commit to exactly every bit of effort that was going to be required to make this what it has turned out to be. Not only for ourselves, but for a lot of people that you guys will never see. Our management, crew, agents, the record company. It's a big team of people, and it all starts with making a good record. You know what I mean? And that took a lot of work too. And there wasn't a big master plan. We didn't sit down and have a board meeting with with charts and dates and stuff like that. We just kind of make it up as we go along, and that's kind of the cool thing about being a musician. There really isn't a rule book, so it's been amazing for us.
And in a year, you guys went from playing at the Paradise Rock Club, which is one of the best shows I've ever seen because it only holds like 300 people, and you guys just tore the place apart. Now, a year later, right after all the college kids moved back to town, you guys are playing the Agganis Arena at BU.
Nice. Yeah, I like it.
The BlackDiamondSkye tour, the lineup, absolutely awesome. Whose idea was it to go out with the Deftones and Mastodon? Because the lineup's great.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. We certainly think the same thing, and you know, the Mastodon is a band that we've been getting to see over the last couple of years of playing European festivals and stuff, and so we've been doing a lot of shows together. And of course, we know the Deftones, and they're a great band, and they've made a really, really amazing record, and also come through some personal stuff too. And so you know, we wanted to take it around one more time, and you know, put a nice big fat period on the end of the new chapter that we've written, and we wanted to go out strong and take some friends with us that we care about and we dig, and kind of do like a classic concert like we used to go to when we were kids, like 3 amazing bands together, you know, and I think the lineup is really strong, and it's going to be really fun, not only for the fans, but for us too.
There is something to be said for a band kind of being able to go through a lot of the craziness and then to be able to come back from it. And obviously you know a lot about that. But the Deftones as well, do you think that those experiences make your music better as you kind of are able to come out the other side of the wormhole?
Well, I mean, you know, I don't really think that we're... I think that, yes, it does. And I think that, you know, we're no different than anybody else. We all go through losses in life and challenges and things turning out differently than you expected. That's just something everybody goes through. These are just their particular situation, and our particular situation are unique to us. It's our story, and I think probably the lesson there is that, you know, it's not over unless you want it to be over. So, and you know, when you get your butt kicked and when you've been knocked down, you know, after whenever it feels appropriate to you, it's totally okay, and actually pretty much essential that you stand up again. So, you know what I mean? And in our case, this is what we did. In their case, that's what they did, you know, and really proud of our band, and also proud of the Deftones as well for that. Not only just being fans of what they do musically, but to come through personal stuff like that, you know, which is just regular stuff for all of us.
Before I let you go, I had everybody Facebook in and text in some questions because I told them that I was going to be talking to you.
Okay.
So I have a few listener questions for you.
Sure, hit me.
The first one is, how is the collaboration of the writing the new music with William different from writing music with Layne? Is there a difference, and if so, what is it?
Well, of course, there are 2 different people, you know. So obviously, that's the main thing. William had you know, he had a lot of challenges to face, you know, as well as us. You know, I mean, the thing with William is he's stepping into a situation that's already established and has a history, and he's trying to give his all to make sure that the material is performed properly. But at the same time, he's just trying to be himself. You know, he's not coming in. There's no possibility of replacing Layne, and that certainly wasn't the intention. He's just approaching it from his standpoint and his love of music and our friendship to be able to bring it, and he does. And the way that we work together vocally, which is a really important part of Alice, obviously the vocal harmonies, and also the 2 kind of make one in the vocal department. You know, he's got me to rely on, and I've stepped up even more than I had in the past. You know, Layne and I were able to create a vocal style and a sound and a writing style. So we've been able to continue that. Although it's different, it works. You know, it works. And you know, one of my favorite bands is AC/DC, and I love AC/DC with Bon, and I also love AC/DC with Brian Johnson, and so that's a successful move and a great blueprint for for a band that's in the situation that we are. And in William's case, the good thing for him is he's got us to rely on, and we got him too. It's not all on his shoulders. He and I pretty much work as a team, so we're able to both carry the band as a lead vocalist and able to work together as a team as well. So
I don't know if this question was submitted to try and set me up to get you mad at me, but they wanted to know if it bothers you when people like me ask you about Layne. So yeah. I don't know if it did bother you, how you're not going to get mad at me if I ask you that question. So I'm kind of caught in the middle here.
No, that's cool. It's a strange thing. I really think of all the positive stuff, and I think of all the great memories that we had together, and I think of all the great music that we created together that is still living, and so in that respect, he's still with us, and he always will be, and he's always going to be a part of this band, but I guess the thing that is the hardest is when folks won't leave him alone. He's already gone, and everybody knows the story. So to hear died of a heroin overdose, 100 times in a couple of months gets kind of old. It's like, stop beating the guy. You know what I mean? It's like, so it can get difficult, and it gets emotional. Without a doubt, it's just something you deal with. And most people are pretty respectful, of the situation that we've gone through, and know that it hasn't been an easy one, and also know how much he meant to us, and so you just figure it out as you go along. You focus on the positive stuff, and you move on.
That kind of ties into my last question, which was submitted by text as well, which was, did it bring up all those old wounds with everything with Celebrity Rehab? Because obviously it kind of threw everything back out there on television again. Did that make it worse? Obviously that must not have been...
I never really watched the show. I was aware that Mike was on it, and, Mike's somebody, that's also, he's a member of this band as well, and was a real important member, in creating this band as well, and he's always going to be a part of us too, and we wish him the best, we wish him the best. But, I focus on other stuff. I'm always happy to see somebody trying to do better for themselves, although I think that show is probably not the best place for a person that is in a life and death situation to be used for other people's entertainment. I think it's a pretty weak thing to take advantage of people in that situation. But of course, I support him and anybody that's going through trying to save their life.
Well, on a happier note, you guys are going to be in town on the 24th, and you said this is going to be like the period to the sentence of this album. So does that mean you're going right back into the studio to work on new music, or what's going on after this tour is over?
Come on, man! It's not a sentence; it's a whole chapter, man. Not a sentence.
Fine, a whole chapter, a whole stack of Encyclopedia Britannicas, but.
No, just a chapter.
Just a chapter. All right.
Yeah.
So are you already, while you're on tour, working on new music, or what's next for you? Are you going to do some more movie stuff, or what's going on?
Well, that remains to be seen. The cool thing for us is the finish line is in our sights, and so that makes everybody feel good because we've all been kind of away from our families, and our lives at home. So that's always it's always a difficult thing about this particular job is leaving people that you care about for extended periods of time, and they go on with their lives and you're going on with your life, and then having to reconnect. So I imagine Will's going to probably spend some time with his son, and Sean's going to spend time with his dogs and his girlfriend, and Mike got married on tour and to his longtime girlfriend, and they haven't even really had time to kind of enjoy that, other than just getting married, and then he was gone on tour. So, I think we all need a little time to kind of take in what's happened and feel good about it, and take a little bit of a breather, and.
It's like you guys are military families. It's like you've been deployed.
That's actually a really good point. I've always kind of thought of, and not making light at all or any comparison of what it is to serve in the Army.
No, you come from a military family,
We actually all do. Every one of us is from a military family. Sean's dad, I think, was in the Air Force. Mike's dad, or maybe Sean's dad was in the Navy. Mike's in the Air Force, and me and Will are Army. But it is a campaign, without a doubt, and that's actually kind of a cool thing to be able to mobilize that many people and be able to consistently try to pull off something technically that's really hard to do, and to be able to bring a quality show every night to people and have everybody have a good time. So
we will be here waiting for you when you guys get here next month.
Cool.
Thanks a lot, Jerry. I appreciate your time. Enjoy your golf game today. If you ever make it out there.
Yeah.
Mistress Carrie, weekday 3 to 7 on 107.3 and now 97.7 WAAF.